Test it, test it. I hope it works. Can't actually hear it. But see greetings everybody. Welcome. My name is Devin Dawson. As you and I have my good friend, lifelong brother, Mr. Ralph Long with me. And today we're just gonna give you a little lesson about taking risk and the importance of taking risk. Like I said, we'll keep it on, but I made a few. You made a few. You might find valuable. Starting with taking risks. The first you might have is why. And my answer is that's the only way to prosper. There's pretty much two ways you can live life. You can live life scared and complacent, or you can be a risk taker and open to new possibilities and new opportunities. You know, the how do you go about taking risks? That can be as simple as for me, I like to tell people to try to view life as an opportunist. View life as opportunities rather to increase or depreciate your current or future life standing. So with that being said, simply make the decision based off of the value of the commitment. You know, I like to break things down into the simplest way possible. And like with life, to me, life is simply about decisions. It's the decisions that you make that are gonna impact, your future and the stuff that you have to deal with. Of course, things are not always in your control, but it's important to like handle the things that you can control. Otherwise, you would just simply be in the same place that you are now. Like if you live life scared to take risks, then you're never gonna go anywhere. But you want to tell them a little bit more about the risks.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, great words, by the way, Dev.
Really, really great way to articulate and break down as far as what risks are all about. As far as my
At the end of the day, I believe risk is, it's pretty simple. It's only really a risk to you because you're not sure how much you're willing to commit to achieve whatever you want to achieve out of taking that quote unquote risk. Because if you really have your mind straight forward, if you're willing, if you have all the tools that you need, if you're really confident in yourself, you wouldn't see it as a risk. You'll simply see it as an opportunity. And now it's just a matter of when you're taking that chance to get what you need to get. At the end of the day, also think about it this way, as far as risk goes, it's only a risk because the majority, or should I say more of the minority, have been on the other side of the risk. Because if more people achieved more greater things at a more rapid rate, a risk wouldn't necessarily really be existent to society at the end of the day. But of course, not everybody's going to do it. That's what it all really boils down to. And also just think about it this way. If you're still not sure on whether you should take a risk or not, always remember that the greatest things that have been achieved in life all came from taking a quote unquote risk in the first place. Look at Bill Gates, for example. He took the risk of spending 8 years in his garage, in his parents' garage, working on some computer. Look at LeBron James. He took the risk of, working out all the time. Instead of hanging out in the clubs, partying, doing all this other stuff, he's in the gym. He's working on his shot. He's working on his dribble. And now look where he is now, a champion. Shout out to LeBron, Lakers, but of course. But, yeah, at the end of the day, like, it's really simple. How much are you really willing to commit to what you want to achieve? That's what makes it a risk or not. People like to say risk is like a gamble, but there's two perceptions to it. It's all about your perception to it at the end of the day. Like a risk isn't always like negative. We in society always have a negative connotation to a risk. Whereas a risk, when we think about risk, we think about a doctor's office. The surgery might go through. If it goes through, you'll live, but there's a chance you'll die. That's mostly the risk we think about. Instead of, hey, here's the thing about it. Like, not everybody can do this, but if you work hard enough, if you put in the time, the effort that needs to be to achieve what you want, like, hey, this is what the beneficiary factors that could come out of it. That doesn't sound so bad, does it? Exactly. Risk is all about your perception as well.
Very great words. I know that probably was a lot to take in, but what I want you to leave this video with, an action plan for you, is to know that you don't have to take risks. Of course, I know some of you guys might be afraid of anxiety or whatever, but know that my action plan for you, what I want you guys to do is, I want you to today, the day that you watch this video, go out and do something that is out of your comfort zone, or something that you might like think twice about doing, but you want to do it. Do that thing and see how it benefits you, or see how do you feel after doing it. And it's a pretty good chance after you do that thing, you're gonna realize, like, this wasn't a bad thing. And then also you might realize something more about yourself. You might be a step further in finding your passion and your purpose, because you're trying new things out. You're trying new hobbies, new interests. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be stagnant. Don't stay around the same people. Don't do things that's not going to get you further in life. And with that being said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment, or if you know my social media handles, you could hit me up on there. And we're going to leave it at that.